Good to see you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Outliers YouTube channel and our program, Get to Know. I'm your host, DP Lyle, and I'm here with my partner in crime, Kathleen Antrim.
Thanks, Doug. Very excited about our guest. She's a dear, dear friend. We've actually traveled together and had a lot of adventures over in the Middle East, actually, a couple of times. She's the author of over 200 books. She's a New York Times bestselling and USA Today bestselling author. Heather Graham, welcome to Get to Know.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad to be here with you. Always.
Always a
So,
pleasure.
I believe we've had you on once before.
Yes.
And so I'm not going to dig too far into your childhood, but I want to dig a little bit, just a little bit, because we want to really get to know you. So I'd like to ask, how old were you when your parents let you start to date?
Ooh, start to date. Well, date. I don't really remember too much before, but I met my husband when I was 15 at I was pledging a high school sorority because my sister was in it and you were expected to join if your family was in it, and they were having a party, and I met him at the party. And then
Oh my gosh.
3 years later, we got married.
Wow.
Wow. So you were really young. So let me ask, was he your first kiss? We won't tell him.
Well, I'd like to answer that, but I seriously have no memory. That was a few years ago.
So, oh my gosh, so you met your husband. So you got married when you were 18.
Yeah. I
So,
graduated from high school. He's actually a couple years older than I am. He went to Dade, one of the junior colleges down here, and waited for me. And then we went off to we got married, and for our honeymoon, we registered for college. So
oh my goodness.
yeah.
So, did you elope or did you have a
Oh
regular
no.
wedding?
We had oh no. My mom, I know you know this, but my mom was born in Dublin, Ireland, and my parents were huge because she left at a time when things were very rough
Mhm.
between the Catholic and the Protestants, and things were
Yes.
very rough. So I was taught my whole life that you respect every religion, that you understand, and the good people are probably going to the same place on a different path. So anyway,
Yeah.
it wasn't so much a thing like that, but Dennis's Italian parents really wanted a Catholic church. My mother said a Catholic church would be fine as long as we could find an Irish priest.
I love it.
So we did. We
Uh-huh.
did. And no, we had a church wedding, the white dress, the whole bit. She made it for me. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and my sister, and she made that. For some reason, I am not the most talented seamstress, but anyway, she and my sister made all the dresses. So that
Wow, but
came
it
out
apparently
fine.
runs in the family.
Yeah, but it didn't run into me. So I don't know.
Well, you seem to have gotten the writing talent. Did
There
any
you
of your
go.
family members write?
We all have to do something, yeah. Well, I really do credit them. They were both voracious readers, and they got me in trouble a couple of times because most of their books were from Scotland or Ireland, and I spelled honor Honour, and the teacher told me I was wrong, and I said, "No, I'm not. It's in my book." So
The
yeah, they
British
got.
spelling.
Well, when you started writing, and it's like you became schizophrenic because you couldn't decide what genre you wanted to write in, apparently, because you write in all of them. It's amazing. How do you do that?
I read everything. There's
Yeah.
I just read everything. Like I said, I fell in love with history, and I have a tendency to use historical events even in contemporary work. And then again, I think one of the first things I fell in love with was Edgar Allan Poe. So
Mm.
that came in, who actually wrote what they consider the first detective novel. So he's actually mystery slash horror. There you go.
Mhm.
And my mom had a lot of the Gothics, the Jean Plady, all that type thing. So Phyllis Whitney, a lot of those books. So I kind of just grew up reading everything, and they were wonderful and encouraging it. So I hand it to them.
So when you were young, you were writing as well as reading. Were you starting to try your hand at it?
I was writing, yes. In fact, I got a scholarship on um on a Vietnam protest. So, but I did get a scholarship for it. But and when I went to school, I was actually a theater major, and then I worked in theater for years, and I love my children's concept that like, oh, I became a writer so that I could write my own plays and cast myself, which I have and do. So,
Exactly. We're well aware of that. There's some funny stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, you know, you are so prolific and published so many books. How many books do you average a year that you?
Well, I think things are different now. I'm not really sure because for years and years, I did a trio of paperbacks and a hardcover. And then I would
Okay.
do a novella for Liz Berry at 1001 Dark Nights.
Right.
Adore her to pieces, and I'm just happy to stay in contact that way, if we live in different places. But now paperbacks are going the way of the wind,
Right.
and everything out there is going to be hardcover and trade.
Right.
So actually this year, I am really excited about the book I have coming out at the end of April. It's called The Murder Machine, and it is about something that can actually happen, which is kind of scary. Uh, People using AI to commit murders.
Yeah,
So,
this is creepy.
Yeah.
Reading about it, I love it that essentially you could be murdered by your home if you have a fully automated home.
mhm. Well, one of the things that has happened, and I definitely stole it. People, I don't know, have you seen, there's an ad that I saw, and then I looked into it and found out indeed it had happened. But somebody is at a game and it's like, oh my, where did I put my car? Oh, let me get my phone. My phone will find my car and it will turn it on and bring it to me. Now, obviously, if your phone can control your car and people can hack a phone, people can control your car and cause crashes, take over, take over the
Wow.
system. So AI is like incredible and terrifying.
Hmm. That's how
So very
Cyberdyne
true.
did it in Skynet, and the
It's
Terminator.
coming true.
It's coming true.
Coming true.
Well, remember, Jules Verne's, when he wrote From the Earth to the Moon in the 1880s, he had the launch site in Florida, almost where Cape Canaveral is. So everything that writers can imagine, sooner or later will happen.
It does come true.
Yeah, it's
I,
amazing.
I think it was kind of freaky. The last year I had just turned the book in, and I was in New York at the Marriott on Times Square for the Edgars. And I don't know if you've ever been in that Marriott,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Mhm.
those central glass elevators that
Yes.
go up, 60 floors where you get to see yourself shoot up away, way, way, way from the earth. I got on those and wondered if I could ask him if I could have like the corner in a conference room instead, instead of having to get into that elevator after having done this. So
Yeah.
it's interesting what people can do with AI. And
Yeah.
we all know that there's nothing out there that can't be hacked.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, a friend of mine and I were talking about quantum computers, and he said, "Well, they can't be hacked." I said, "Let me ask you a question. You put data in, you take data out." Yeah, like that's what computers do. Data in, data out. If you can do that, someone else can put data in and take data out.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. Everything can be hacked.
You must be far more brilliant than I am, but there are people out there who can do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So what kind of research did you do for this book?
But like I said, I saw some incidents. Well, it's when you're doing something and you wind up in something, the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I just want to see one more documentary, or oh, YouTube has that. And then oh, wow, it's 5 o'clock. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't actually get anything done. I did a lot of, I purchased some books, of course. I think that's one of our prizes for being writers is we get to buy books and deduct them. So yes, I bought a number of books and then I watched a lot of documentaries.
Wow. So how long does it take you to write a book like this?
It depends. I kind of have no idea. It depends on what's going on in life. Um, as I said, this year, they did get rid of the paperbacks. So there's uh the Murder Machine is coming out in at the end of April, April 29th. And then in the fall, I have something called The Sword of Destiny, and it's a romantasy. It's uh, I don't know, something, it always cracks me up because something I had done before that I wound up putting up online under my old pseudonym, Shannon Drake, was definitely a romantasy, though I'd never heard the term before. During the pandemic, um, I started watching something, a really great documentary on the Romans in Britain. And then I decided I wanted to do some history on that. And then I thought, well, why not use Merlin's daughter? This is so the what did I call it? Oh, Shannon Drake, daughter of darkness, daughter of light. Apparently I like darkness and light. But anyway, I've got that used for some, oh, the story I wrote for, oh, anybody who wants to out there, if you go to my website, theoriginalheathergraham.com, under For My Readers, there's a ton of little 5,000 word stories that I do for holidays. I always do a holiday letter,
Right.
I mean story, and send it out in a letter. But so the one coming out in fall, though, I believe is still called The Sword of Destiny. And that was my way of making up with totally, growing up with totally crazy immigrants who taught you, that if you didn't behave, the banshees be getting you in the outhouse. I thought I'd make that pay. So I actually used the Tuatha De Danann. They were the ancient Irish gods and goddesses of Ireland and all that. So it was a lot of fun to work on.
Such a rich culture with so much. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so interesting. And
Well,
the
Antrim.
things we come up with to control our children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it work? Did it work?
It did. No, this I thought was the funniest thing is my sister and I were both teenagers and we were talking to each other. She passed away when I was thank God she had a good long life. She's 90 something, but she passed away when we were teenagers. And my sister and I were talking, and it's kind of like how dumb were we? We didn't even have an outhouse. So how was anything going to get us in an outhouse? But she did it very well. So we thought.
I love it. Oh my gosh. So tell us where our readers, and your readers, I should say, can buy your books and learn more about you.
Well, okay. Hopefully some independent bookstores and, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, one can hope. So far, most of the time, everything does wind up in bookstores, for which I'm very grateful. And I have to admit, well, I think the pandemic did this to a lot of us. I spend a great deal of time on Amazon too. So I'm always
You and me
glad.
both, I'll tell you. Yeah, for sure. And your website is the original Heather Graham.
That is because the lovely actress and I were both seriously born Heather Graham. She's Heather Joan Graham. I'm Heather Elizabeth Graham. And sadly, I'm slightly older. So I get to be the original.
There you go.
I was actually going to have the
love it.
website be sadly the original, but everybody had a fit and talked me out of it. So,
Well, Heather,
oh
we're going
well.
to have you come back soon. Love interviewing you. You're so fabulous.
We have done so many things. We've ridden camels together. How many people?
We have ridden camels together. We've had a lot of adventures.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, we've gone to a war zone together. We've done a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more adventures to come. That's for sure. We need to get planning on that.
Oh, we do. Okay.
I want
Speaking
to
of
know
which,
how else you're
we
going to
will
have me
see
risk my life.
we will see you in New Orleans at BoucherCon. So we're really looking forward to that. More fun times. We always have fun in New
That is
Orleans.
absolutely great. And I'm certain that we're going to get an opportunity to find
Yes.
out more about Outliers in VoucherCon too. So
Yes.
Well,
look
Yes.
forward
thank you.
to it. You guys.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see you. I mean, it's super cool to see you, in video.
Yep.
I can't wait to see you like actually in person.
Yep.
I completely agree. I know it helps, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and I want to ask our viewers to please click the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this interview, and also subscribe. And then you won't miss any of our interviews. It's free to subscribe. It helps the channel, helps the algorithm to get our interviews out. And I'll toss it back to you, Doug.
Yeah, Heather, as always, it's a pleasure to hang around and hang out and do all the stuff we do. And I do look forward to Labor Day and seeing you in Denison, New Orleans.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be a hoot. and I know the new book's going to do very, very well.
Mm.
And
Thank you.
so,
From your lips to God's ears. Thank
speaking of
you.
Irish, right?
There you
So,
go.
there you go. May the devil, yeah, all
Yeah,
that stuff. Yeah, there's a million of them. Yes, I know.
Hey, yeah, we're still getting over St. Patrick's Day here.
Exactly. Well, that wraps up this episode of Get to Know here on the Outliers YouTube channel. And as you know, we will be back with more fun interviews and more fun times. And until then, keep reading, keep writing, have fun, and don't get caught.